Okay, so for my project day in green industries, I'm going to be researching the most dangerous invasive species in Canada. So first off, we got an article from CBC News, and right off the bat you see the Asian carp. Now this species, along with the sea lamprey, is the most dangerous invasive species to Canada's people and Canada's wildlife. In this video, I'm going to be covering two segments, one on the Asian carp, the other on the sea lamprey, to prove to you why they are the most dangerous to our native wildlife and the humans that live here. Now, if you would like to learn more about the sources I use while creating this video, I'm going to make a slideshow and put all the links to all the sources on that, and I'm going to hand that in to the teacher, and he can put that up if he really wants to, but yeah. Okay, so 14 years ago, catfish farmers from some southern United States decided it would be a good idea to import the silver or Asian carp from Japanese farmers to clean up dirtiness and filth in their ponds, because these fish are bottom feeders and will eat that. Ever since they were introduced to North America 10 years ago, these fish have decimated native fish populations by outcompeting them for habitat and food. Okay, now here's the scary part. Look how big that fish is. The problem is, motorboatists will scare these fish into jumping out in the water, and these fish can jump 1 to 2 meters high. This means that people are getting hit with these carps, and their ribs are getting broken by these fish. This is a pretty big problem if you go motorboating in certain areas of North America. I have a pretty awesome clip from the show River Monsters that shows the extent that motorboatists have to go to in order to protect themselves from silver or Asian carp. Okay, this scary looking thing is one of Canada's and the United States' most invasive species. It is called the sea lamprey. As you can see, it has that huge sharp beak on the front of its body, and it's a serpent-like creature. It uses that sharp beak to latch onto fish and living creatures and drain them of their blood until they die. So right here we have the aftermath of a sea lamprey. So you can see two sea lampreys attacked this fish and drained its whole entire body of all its blood. The fish then drowned and washed up on shore for us to study. Now, sea lampreys don't only attack fish. I'm about to show you a clip, once again from River Monsters, that will prove that sea lampreys, if they attack the wrong person that is not a strong swimmer, could prove to have deadly consequences. Although sea lampreys don't attack very often, that strong swimmer's experience really frightens me. He could barely escape from a sea lamprey with his strength and ability in the water. Imagine if a weak swimmer came up against a sea lamprey. What would happen? A sea lamprey could potentially drown a person. But like I said earlier, they tend to not attack humans and mainly feed on large fish in the water. That being said, this is killing off our freshwater fish, as these invaders are slowly taking over the Great Lakes of Canada. So in conclusion, as much as I wanted you to learn from this video, I also want it to be an awareness video. If you happen to see an Asian carp or a sea lamprey in the water, either by catching them through fishing or finding them in a net, please just brutally murder them, because it will actually be helping out our environment.